back to Bone Smoking Sizzle. Today I got another special recipe in store for you. I will be making a Spanish chorizo sausage. It's called chorizo riojano. It's originally made in a smaller village in Spain. It has a few ingredients, there isn't much in there. It's also a sausage which is fermented, so it's cold smoked and fermented, and it will take several weeks before she's completed. But it is well worth it to make it. It has a great flavor in it, and it isn't that hard to make. So let me show you the meat what I have here. I will be making 5 kilos, and I explain everything on the meat and also on the spices and the process how to make that. Now on the meat what I have here is I'm making 5 kilos, so I got 3.5 kilo of pork shoulder which has been trimmed and all the sinews and the soft fat has been removed, so I've done that already. Then I have here a 1.5 kilo of pork belly and pork fat, so it's 750 grams of pork belly and 750 grams of back fat. I will cut this now, get it ready, because like the first stage is actually cube it fine, and then we mix in the herbs and spices. So let me get this one trimmed down quickly. Just cut it in squares. Just cube it into 2-3 centimeters. Doesn't have to be too fine. Now the pork shoulder. As I said, I trimmed that already. Got all the sinews out. So that's that done here. I've seen something here which I don't want. I missed that bit here. Because it's no good if you got sinews in there. You don't want that. Right. So the meat is trimmed the way it should be. Now I'm preparing the herbs and spices for it. As I say, there's only a few in there. So let me get ready for this one here. For this chorizo, we only need a few ingredients. We don't use any water, any liquid in there, because we don't have any foreign added water in the mix itself. So what I need here is buckle salt, which is the European version. So in the US they use Q1 and Q2. In that case you would need a Q2 for this type of sausage here. From the buckle salt I'll be using 28 grams per kilo. I've been making 5 kilos, so accordingly I'm using the salt. Then I use garlic powder we need. We use dextrose, which is a single sugar. We need this for the bacteria, for the good bacteria, to bring it out, and we need to feed them. Then I have sweet pimento here. So we use quite a lot of this one here, and I got hot pimento here. That's the only few herbs and spices which go into the sausage itself. Let me tell you now and show you how I mix it and what I also need for it. As I'm using 28 grams of salt per kilo, I'm making 5, so I need 140 grams of salt, of butter salt. That's the salt. I add it into it right away. Then I need 4 grams per kilo of dextrose, so single sugar. And I'll be using 20 grams of it. That's this one here. Then I need 20 grams of per kilo of the sweet pimento. So I'll be using 100 grams of it. As you can see, there's a fair amount of sweet pimento in there. So that's 100 grams. And I'll also be using 4 grams of hot pimento per kilo. So I'll put 20 grams of it in. And the last spice I put in is garlic powder. Also be using 4 grams per kilo, so I'm putting in here as well 20 grams. That's the spice mix done. The next thing is simply we just mix in the herbs and the salt as the spices with the meat together. Just make sure everything is covered and properly mixed. So, I will prepare now the mincer and mince this one here. Okay, I have the mincer ready. I got the 10 mil blade in there. Now this sausage is traditionally minced really coarse, so 8 mil or 10 mil blade. So you got big pieces of the fat in there and also of the meat. If you prefer, you can do a 6 mil or 4.5 mil. It's up to you, but I stick to the original one. So for me, it's a 10 mil blade. Just get everything out here. You will have a little bit of spice left in there, which is fine because we use this one, what's in here, once it's minced. Get this down here. So that's done. What I'm doing now is I literally just mix the rest of the herbs into the meat. So I just pick this one up here. I don't mix it too hard. All I want to ensure is that all the spices, the salt, is on the meat and nothing in the pot here anymore. That's it. It has picked up everything. All right. That part is done. The next part would be is I put this now in a bag or in a pot and put it for 24 hours in the fridge, and tomorrow I give it another mix and then we start filling it. Okay, I got my tray ready, so I just transfer it over now to this tray because otherwise it wouldn't fit in the fridge, that big one what I have here. Get everything out here. Good. Now just push it down. So it's nicely packed, it's nice and tight. That's good. Then I need a cover. So I have those sheets. What or the sheet what I have here is used in the food industry to cover of the meat itself, like if in a shop. So you can get them from the butcher, or just go and buy your box. You get in I think in a box of 100 or in 1,000. They don't cost that much. That's it. So that's the first part done. As you can see, that's very easy till now. And the next part I start tomorrow, because it needs to rest now for 24 hours. And then we start filling, making those rings, and I show you the rest how it's been done. Okay, the chorizo della Rioja has now 24 hours in the fridge, and she has matured. She has time to rest, and she is really firm now. So If I take this one off here, as you can see, she has bleached, just matured. Oh, there's a good smell of it. And the next step, what I will do is now is I give it a quick mix again. Just make sure everything is mixed into it, but not too much. And then I will fill it into 32, 34 casings as pork hocks, and I make rings. I will show you how this is done. So let's get started. Let's give this a good mix. Just to make sure she is really nice and firm, so that's really good. She is a coarse cut, like she should be, but as I said before, you can make it fine and or leave it at a 10mm plate. I prefer it on a 10mm plate. So that will do. Make sure we don't have any bigger fat lumps in there. Good. Let's get it into the filler. And here, of course, what's important is get it really stuffed down, because the last thing what you want to do is to have air in this one here. So take your time here, push it down. You also will notice that this one here is fairly stiff, that mix. Those trays, those gray trays, what you see here is they are actually trays for the food industry. So make sure if you use those plastic trays that they are made for food. Because otherwise you could have some issue with the meat. So that's done. Take my glove off now. Put this aside because I don't need this anymore. Let's get that filler down. Just wetting the seal a little bit. Good. There we go. The automated filler is not bad. Let's get the nozzle. As well, wet the nozzles here. The skin is soaking there since about 30 minutes or so. The other thing what I have here prepared is a string, because I need to tie off those sausages because we're making about 30 centimeters long. But let's get it out to the end here, so we got pressure on there. So we have that. Get the first casing on it. Prepare this one here. Got a knot in there. Those things happen, just be patient. Use your fingers, the knot will open eventually, and just pull it through slowly. I think that's enough there. Cut that, because that nozzle is not that long. And when you look at the casing, you see I'm putting my fingers in there. That's all what you need. And now I'm gonna get some water in there. You see, and I just scoop it up like this. And if you can see here, that will do. And then I get it out. When you hold your cases before you pull out, get the skin around the last three fingers, and just hold it so you can push the water back. I usually hold like this, so and then I pull back, because that way I get the water out. You see the casing goes on fairly quick and very easy. That's it. We don't tie the sausage. We leave an end of it from about 10 centimeters, just about the width of the hand, because we hold it, we bind it afterwards. So the next thing what you need to do is mentally just think about 30 centimeters roughly. So what you can do is you can put the bowl here on the side, about that length, and then you just pull it out to that length, and then pull it out further, cut the skin. Let me show you what I mean here. So I pull it down the skin here, about 10 centimeters, 12 centimeters. Wet the skin on the top. Make sure that skin is always wet up here, otherwise it dries up. And then we just fill it out. Fill it firm. Because we want sausage rings. So you see that's enough, because we want rings like that size. So what I do is next is I just pull down a bit and cut it. That's it. You want to have them about that long. Fill them firm. And just do one after one. Just try to get them about the same size. Doesn't want to go. What is going on here? Yeah, that filler has an issue, I need to change it. Spare me a minute. Looks like the gear broke and the electric sausage filler from GGM Gastro. I tell you what, unbelievable. Now this filler should not break just because the mix is a bit stiffer and it hasn't been used that much. There's maybe 100 kilogram through. I'm not happy with that one. So I will write to GGM Gastro, see what they say about that one. I got another stuffer here, so I just fill the stuff over here. So as you can see, things can happen. So that's the reality. Let's get this out here and transfer it over to the hand stuffer. And the mix is stiff, but not that stiff. What happens if you make salami, which we've done before? So anyway, I check it and fix it, and then you should be alright again. Okay, so yeah, should have done the other way around. There we go. Get the nozzle on it. And this one does not fit here, Bobby. No. There we go, that works again. So as you can see, when you make sausages, there's always something what can happen. In that case, the filler broke, the gears broke, so that questions the quality of the material there, but anyway, that's another story. The sausages are filled, so what I do is now is I show you how to tie them off in rings. Before you start, I recommend you get one of those pokers. As you can see, there's 3 needles on it, 3 prongs on it. It costs about $1 or so, and you can get the air out because we don't want any air in there. Just make sure it's out. That's it. Then take the string, have it underneath. Just grab the casing itself with the string and just go over and make a knot in it first. So you have a knot in there. And just pull it. Just do it a couple times. That will be enough. You don't need to do more because there's no weight on it or anything like that. The next thing is, so you got a knot on there. You take the other end, push it back a little bit so she's firm. And then leave about 5 centimeters, you see, here. And do the same thing again, the skin over the string. Just hold it, go underneath, put it through, and put a knot in it. Just do it one more time. That's it, she's done. Let's do the next one. Again, just make sure there's no air in there, so that's good. There's a bit here, a bit there. So we push it back again. That's fine. You take you put the string underneath, sausage on top. Just pull it in. Here we go, and another one. All right. So it isn't that hard. Then the next one, you have the skin here. So get it over, push it back a little bit so it's firm. About 5 centimeters, that will do. Get it over, make a knot in it, make another knot in it, and she's fine. Okay, do the next one. And you do this until you have done all of them. As I said, make sure there's no air. You don't want air in there. It's done. Push everything nicely back. Skin over. And once you have enough on there, just cut the string, tie it on onto the leg of the table again, and do the same thing again. Just start off on the front. There we go. There's one done. Let's do the next one. There we go. Same thing again, over, underneath. Because what we want to do is we don't want have the sausage touching the smoking sticks or anything else. So they're literally just hanging off the string. So I've got 3 here. I will cut that here now and cut it in the middle. So here 2. So let me show you what I mean. Now we trim off the excess skin, what we don't need. Just the skin. Just leave about a centimeter on it. And here as well. Because you don't want to let them hang there. This one too. Perfect. So the sausages will hang like this. You see that? So that's what they look like. I will carry on now and do the rest of them. Okay, so the next stage would be is we need to go into the fermentation stage. So that means is at the moment I already started to heat up this room here because I want to have a temperature, a room temperature now of between 20 and 24 degrees. And also I want a humidity of 85, close to 90. So, but not below 80 and not above 90. So 85 humidity I want also in this room. Now the sausages will then mature or ripen for the next 2 to 4 days at those temperatures, just hanging out here. And I need to check this now every day, make sure that the humidity is right and the temperature is right. It's very important at stage because what we want to do is we want to get the good bacteria. We want to feed them, but at the same time we also want to kill the bad ones. So that stage is it's very important that it's right. So I will check now, I will prepare everything now and heat up the room like I said before, and then check it every day. Make sure that the coloring is right, make sure that the temperatures and the moisture, everything is correct. And I probably leave it in the first day, I leave it in this pot here. And after that, also I will cover that with a plastic sheet so there's a lot of moisture in there. And I just leave it sitting in there for now. And maybe tomorrow or the day after, I will start to hang them up. So I laid them in or rolled them in nicely so they're packed down a little bit. And that's why they will stay now for the next day or two. Before I hang them up, I cover them as well with plastic. Because they are nice and moist at the moment, so I've got the right humidity in there for sure. And I just leave them here, the room is heating up. Perfect. This room also is dark because the light will be off then. So what I will do is now is I'll leave it there now at least for 24 hours, and then like I said, I check it now tomorrow again, what it looks like. The room will be between 20 and 24 degrees. The thermostat is now set to 22, so in an hour so it should reach the temperature. Everything will warm up and they will start ripening. So fingers crossed, the first stage will start working properly. These sausages have now matured in that metal pot for another day, so they are ready for that side, so I could get the temperatures up. They're hanging inside now the maturing room itself. I switched on, as you can see now, it has 80.8% humidity, so it's just going up. And at the moment it has 17.8 degrees. It should come up to 22. And let me show you. You see, they're hanging up there now. And they will stay in there for the another 2 to 3 days. I must check them every day. I have here as well is a cloth which is wet, and I got a bowl of water in here to keep the moisture up because I need about 80 to 85% humidity. So let's keep them in there and let's see what they look like in the next few days. Hopefully it turn out, but we see anyway. These chorizo I had now 2 days in the maturing room, so it was maturing at 85% humidity and 22 degrees for the last 2 days. What I will do is now is let's have a look at it, what she looks like. The smoker I've already prepared. I will be cold smoking it for the next hours. So let's have a look at the sausage first, then I put them in the smoker, and then let's start smoking those sausages. That's what the sausages look like. As you can see, they have already a great color. They have well matured. So it's perfect. So they are ready for the smoker now. And I will hang them in now. There's a really good smell coming out of it. Like you really already can smell that distinctive flavor and the smell of a chorizo. But I want to get them smoked now, so because that will take hours now, and because it's cold smoked, I will cold smoke them at 16 degrees. So let's get started. As you can see here now, is the smoke is outside. It's just heating up now. I'll set it to 16 degrees. Also down here, you can see I got the cold smoke set up here now, which means I got the long hose on it. By the time the smoke gets into it, it's cold. Sausages are here now. The cold unit there is is set up as well. What I will do is now is I hang in the sausages. I just wait a little bit now. Put some water underneath under the unit so the ash, when it burns, it cools down quickly, and then the cold smoke goes into the cold house. The opening I have here at about 3/4 at the moment, and so let's hang in those sausages and get started with it. We got 16 degrees. Let's put those sausages in. The smoker is already on, so I will heat it up slowly. We'll hang them in here. Make sure they don't touch. Yeah. So it's very important that they hang loose. Now you can see also the reason why we use strings here, so they can hang freely. The skin doesn't touch anywhere, so that's good. Not so sure if you can see that. It's still dark. It's early in the morning, and I will close it now, and let's get this going. Well, that will take now 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. The weather isn't that great. It's still cold. There's rain coming, so we'll have moisture in the air. So I need to check that during the smoking process because I don't want to have too much moisture in there. But it should be okay because of the cold smoke, so there should be no steam generated. It only has 16 degrees in there, but I will check it every couple hours or so just to see what she looks like. The chorizo has now been smoking for the last 5 hours, also cold smoking at 16 degrees. So what I do is now is I gonna do the first check on it, see what the color is like, and as you can see in the back here, it's smoking quite well. So let's have a look at it, what she looks like after 5 hours. So she is smoking really good. You also can see it's about 16 degrees, the chamber. So that's perfect. Let's open it up. Oh, she's smoking really well. See if I can get in there. She's getting a nice color. She's looking good. So let's close that. She will stay in there for another 3 hours. I think I smoked it for 8 hours today. The good thing so far is the rain stayed away, so it's not raining yet, but the rain will come. So hopefully over the next 3 hours the rain will still stay away, and then she has smoked 8 hours. After that I will hang it back into the drying room, and I see what the development is tomorrow, and maybe I smoke it another 8 hours tomorrow. Okay, the chorizo has now cold smoked for the last 7 hours at 16 degrees, so that is enough now for today. The rain is also coming shortly, so I want to get it into the drying room before the rain starts. I just switched off the smoker itself, and I will open it now. So let's have a look what she looks like, and hopefully we get a nice color on it. So let's open it up. Let's get the smoke out. As you can see, oof, it's fairly strong. It will take a minute or so. I'll let the smoke. Here we go. She got a nice color. That's not bad for the first day smoking. So I will hang it now into the drying room and start the next process. I've already reheated the drying area. So let's hang them in there. Good. It's looking good so far. Oh, there she is. She will now stay there at 14 degrees and 75% humidity. And I check it out tomorrow. I might re-smoke again for another 6 or 7 hours tomorrow, and that should be enough then. And after that, you can hear now the fan kicks in because of the temperature. And after that, she will stay there for 2 weeks at 12 to 14 degrees and 70% humidity. But I will show you all the stages, what I'm doing here, so step by step. As you can see here now, the cooling is going, so it brings the chamber down to 14 degrees, and then it switches off. And the humidity should be between 70 and 75. It's at 69.1 at the moment. So it's going up. See, humidity is going up slowly. So it has switched off now, so the temperature is right. Okay, folks, the chorizo had now 16 days at 14 degrees and 75% humidity. It was maturing also for the last 16 days. Now let's have a look what she looks like, and let's cut one, because like that's the most important thing is, what does she look like? What does the cut look like? What does she smell like? And how does she taste? So let's come on, let's have a look. Okay, let's open it up here. Here we go. You can see now that after 16 days in a controlled environment, she has a really nice color. The smell here is beautiful. She's just fantastic here. So I will take one out now, and I cut one. Let's take one out here. She has a very good smell. And close up. She's nice. She's a good firmness. But let's cut it and see what she looks like. Here we go. That's the cut. So this one here is uncooked. It's fermented. The fermentation process, like I explained in the video before, it was I had it overnight in the fridge for the first ripening. Then I had it 3 days at 22 degrees with about 80 to 85% humidity. I turned then the temperature back to 14 degrees and set it to 70 to 75% humidity, and she was in there for 16 days. So we'll cut a few slices now. Let's get the camera over here so you see better. Get a few slices down here. Let's cut a few slices. This one is in pork casing, so 28 to 30 mil. It's of course edible. And here you see, nice cut. This is a coarse cut. She smells beautiful, and the taste, you have that sweet pimento in there, a slight garlic, and now the hot pimento is coming out slowly now. This chorizo is not too hot, so she's just the right of flavoring in there. She's really good. I will slice a few more so we can see. She is well fermented. She has a gentle heat. Let's put them up here. I can see all the cuts. She's looking good. So as you can see, it takes quite some time to make this one here, and a good sausage, especially a fermented one, will take several weeks to complete. Because you have the ripening stage in there, you don't work with additives. In that case, I don't work with additives. If you want to use a phosphate and starter cultures, it's up to you. The tip what I can give you as well here in that stage is, first up, when you make this sausage, or if you try to make the sausage, you have to be careful. The reason for this one is because you have to ensure that the bacteria, the good bacteria you feed first. Because if you have bad one, she gets foul, she smells, it can be dangerous. So work in a clean environment, make sure you use good quality meat. So don't use a meat which is from pigs, in that case here, which has been fed up in a factory, because the meat is watery. You don't want that. If you have the chance to get the meat from an older sow, it's even better, because the meat head is different. It's not as watery. Then the fat is firmer. A fat only takes on about 8% water, or has 8% water, so there's the exchange going into that, of course. And the overall flavor from the sausage is also impacted because of that. If the meat is too wet, it could fall, so it could rot in that case, which you don't want to do. Work in a clean environment, stick to the temperatures, stick to the humidity, And start off with a small diameter sausage if you do it the first time. So I use like a 28 to 30 mil casing. And that's the reason also I use this one here for the chorizo, to show you, to try to teach you over time to make a good product. What can happen is as well is that the first batch will do it might not turn out, because like the difficulty in making this type of sausage is getting harder now. So because I'm stepping up a gear now, it's getting more and more difficult in the process and how to make it, because I try to teach on my knowledge. Another word for it is, when you make raw sausages which are ferment, I show you how it's done. You make it at your own risk, because like it can be dangerous if you don't make it proper, just to let you know. So otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. There's loads more to come. Like I said, I got hundreds of recipes, and I will bring them out slowly, step by step. And the next one, not so sure yet. I have some idea, something special again, which I bring out. And now it's Easter 2024. Actually, tomorrow is Good Friday. And hopefully you enjoy this video over this period of time. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I'm aiming to reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That shows me that you guys are interested in that stuff, what I'm telling you. So have fun, stay safe, make sausages, enjoy them, and stay healthy. Till the next video, bye bye.